For the uninitiated, online communications may appear to be the preserve of the businessman or computer buff. But with many services now offering electronic mail, information retrieval and conference forums through easier interfaces, being online is becoming an attractive method of communication.
I use a number of online services, mainly CompuServe. That's a worldwide online service that lets you send email to people all around the world.
Being blind, I have found that the computer actually is, to use a copyrighted word, a window onto the world.
Well, I use my dad's line to write to my aunties and uncles when there's been a hurricane or a fire or something, asking how they've been.
It's good stuff. You can generally find out whatever you want. You've got some strange little query. Somebody somewhere over the world is likely to know the answer.
I like using it because it's more quicker.
I've started using email to communicate with a friend in the States and also a friend at Manchester University who are on the same system.
Initially I started because I wrote some music and my friend was saying I should distribute it and let other people hear it. This is on the internet using something called FTP servers and I placed my music up there.
In my work as a vicar, it's quite important to keep in touch with people, and I do use it to keep in touch with other people in churches right through the world.
I was at college in America and I bought the computer basically to do essays. I got on the network and I was very, very homesick. I was quite depressed and the network was really a way of helping me out of it.
It's like letter writing, only it's letter writing with a difference. It's the old style of letter writing which we had in the Victorian ages when people were writing letters. I think this is the real beauty of the whole thing.
For instance, Kristen, with her aunts and uncles in California, she'll write to them tonight, she may get a reply tonight, she may write back again, they may write back again. Within a week, they could have exchanged 20 messages, had a huge conversation.
You can guarantee at least every hour there's a gender check. Everybody wants to know what sex you are.
Only on certain channels.
Well, on most of them. And then
you hang out in the wrong places.
As soon as they find out that you're female, it's like, whoom. You get all these messages and, oh, what do you look like, where are you from, how old are you single, all this kind of stuff. You know, well, why don't you just go away?
When all the guys on the system hear there's a girl listening in, then, you know, they get quite excited about it. But I haven't actually experienced any problems with that. And you can call yourself what you like. It's not a problem.
I have got confused sometimes about a person's gender. Names and handles, by their very nature, are not necessarily definitive.
I just wonder how a computer romance really does happen.
I think we've been very honest to each other across the network. And when we did finally get to meet each other, there was no real shock. We knew the person before we met the person, which I think is a plus.
It's sometimes a bit difficult to put your feelings across when all you can see is words. So you've got to use language correctly. And one of the good things about the net is the new things, like the smileys and the emoticons.
A smiley is a very good way to let somebody know that you are joking.
It took me ages to figure out what this was, first of all, till I thought, oh, it looks just like a face smiling on its side. Correct.
I'd just stick with conventional syntax.
Most of the time it's either a little smiley or if I'm poking fun at Jim, it's usually two little dots and a capital P, which is like sticking your tongue out.
GDR is a common one, grin, duck and run, where you've said something funny, but you know, it's a bit dodgy. You'll often chat to someone, in fact, online, and you won't know what country they're in. It'll only come out halfway through the conversation that they're actually in Japan.
Perhaps it's the grail of information, the one place where everything you seek is there and all the whole universe is at your fingertips, and that's perhaps what I want.
The attraction for accessing the wealth of information is just that. I love information.
All it is a replacement for old-fashioned things like normal mail. So the same things go on. The way people write letters to each other about everyday things they do using computers and online services.
Life is a journey, life is a quest, and being on the internet is part of my journey, part of my quest.